I know we're already starting the conversation because there's so much to talk about. The college admissions cheating scandal has certainly shined a light on the level of competition and craziness involved in today's college application process. Parents are confused, students are stressed. So we want to try to demystify that and hopefully tamp down the stress a little bit. So here to offer some insight is Grant Lum, Provost of Menlo College in Atherton. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Kristen. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Grant, okay, so these parents are clearly, you know, they were thinking their kids' ticket to success depended on them going to a top-tier, elite, super selective college. It's that or nothing.
Right.
But does the data actually support that? I mean, is that a myth?
I think it's more, and certainly in this situation, more about parental anxiety. It's what they think they want their kids. And we get it, right? We're parents and we want the best for our children. But I don't think the data shows that, right? It's more about what the student does, whatever college they go to, that will make the biggest impact into their lives. That's what will make a difference.
So one size does not fit all, and a brand name does not necessarily guarantee happiness or success, right? So how do we find that right fit? What do you look for?
Right. So yes, we're too likely to look for the top 10, the top 20, because it's a number. But it's really, I think, about understanding the student, right? What is that student passionate about? What do they care about? When do they thrive in a situation? Maybe they thrive better in a small classroom setting. Maybe it's a situation where there are internships available, where there is a more experiential approach to learning. There's so many things to look at. What's the experience outside the classroom? What are the clubs, student government? The large, is it a small college that will do better, or a large university? Okay,
so those parents clearly felt like their kids needed to be a top athlete or top SAT score getter. They presented them as something they weren't. But are those qualifications, those things, still hyper important at this point to colleges?
There's still no question, right? I'm not going to pretend it's not. SAT scores, ACT scores, GPA still matter. But there's a larger story that every student, every college applicant needs to tell. What got them to the point they're at? What challenges did they overcome? Because of the scandal, you know, we see people taking advantage of the situation. But what are you doing with what you have? If you have
okay, what if I worked, you know, let's say after school at a Starbucks or Home Depot, and you know, I didn't do any elite programs? How can I make that story stand out?
I think you can make it stand out by showing, here's what I had, and here's how I maximized the situation. Here's what I did because I didn't have the means like some of these other families do. And you share that, you explain that as a way of saying, here's what I've done so much with what I've gotten.
Okay, so if you know which college you want, how can you kind of build a connection with that college so that they remember you and you're more likely to get accepted?
That's a great question, right? Just as students want to stand out and make themselves unique, the college applicant needs to understand what makes the college unique when they apply. That's what you have to do. You need to do a little research. And then connect with them. Yeah, so you can afford it, go to the college. That shows your interest. Otherwise, email the admissions folks. Meet with the regional rep there. That allows you to make connections. They want to know if you really are passionate about that school.
Okay, we have about 1 minute, and I have 2 more questions that I've got to run through with you, but it's important. Why do colleges give special consideration to big donors and athletes?
Colleges need money to thrive, to survive even. That's certainly one reason. And athletics, I certainly have a lot of problems with college athletics, D1 athletics, where it seems to be driving the school. I think there are great positives. In terms of unity, Menlo College just won the first national championship in women's wrestling. It brought great unity, great positive energy to the
So
school.
it adds to the diversity of the campus too,
Absolutely.
the school spirit, right?
Diversity.
Okay. And the last thing is, you know, you worked in the Obama administration, first in Small Business Administration, and then later in Department of Justice. I know social justice and equity, creating a level playing field, has been important to you. In that area, clearly, this has shown that that playing field doesn't necessarily exist yet in the college application world. What can colleges do better? What do you need to do?
Colleges need to recruit in more varied places, not go to the same places that they've typically gone to. Maybe it is going to the inner city, maybe it is going to rural areas. That's one. Increasing scholarships. This is a socioeconomic issue. The system is not fair. And so to make it more fair is taking the finances out of that equation. And then what do we value in the student body? What type of experiences do we want in that classroom?
All right, Grand Lum, we can talk a lot more about this. It'll have to be another time. Menlo College Provost, thank you so much for your insight, and hopefully you gain a little insight to be less stressed and help your kids.